Morning, fellow zombies. It's 9:40 in the morning. This is one of those rare times I'm out and about. It's 9:41 in the morning, West Coast time. It's November 13th, 2023. The Weaver John C. of Rosamond, California, but located now in the Antelope Valley College, Lancaster, California. Okay, so we're waiting for the next class session to begin in about roughly an hour and some odd minutes less. It's getting close to the time where school's going to be ending for the semester. I got a hell of a challenge, actually a hell of a decision to make at this point. And that decision is whether or not to continue on with the English or do I dare continue with the history. And tell you the truth, I would prefer doing it with the history. A long time ago when I got into the college system, back in the 80s, I was going to do the English. Excuse me. But these days, decades later, after witnessing a lot of history and a lot of political crap going on, I'm not quite sure if being an English major was a good idea. After seeing all the context and talking with students about their experiences, I feel like I'm still learning more about what it is to be a student, but I still like to pursue something of historical major here. I want to find the right word for the damn thing in the first place. So, what I'm trying to do for this particular semester, finish it out with the English major, and the next term, hook up with the English major. Actually, hook up with the history major. Too bad they couldn't allow a side like the political science. I mean, I don't mind reading the books left or right and going over literature left or right, but the thing is, I think the history should have been more a specialty for me. I mean, reading the books of the authors of old, yeah, they're interesting enough when they had so many ideas to talk about. I mean, next term I'm going to be doing Shakespeare, one of the oldest, grandest literatures we have out there besides our religious texts out there. But we're talking about Shakespeare. He talks about the full range of humanity in his plays. And even in those plays, they do offer examples. But maybe I'm becoming more and more a Renaissance man than I thought. Because it is like Renaissance we're learning. I probably feel more like the Man of La Mancha. That particular story of a gentleman who's heard so many wonderful tales about knights doing chivalry and heroic deeds that he thought he could be one. He started chasing windmills. Caretaker of his is trying to keep him in line. And the village people that he was hanging around or living in thought he was nuts. Maybe he was. Maybe he saw something romantic about being a hero when they were living in a time where there weren't any heroes. That where it was to be chivalrous, living the life of chivalry, manners and respect, how to face your dragons, so to speak. In the college systems, this is what we're doing these days. We're trying to explore a lot of aspects and facets of ourselves in the forms that we are learning in. For some, it's history books. And for the English, it's the novels that present the both good and bad and different perspectives about them. And when you read some of these books, you have to you have to acknowledge that the ideas of the old, yeah, they were old, but at the time they're probably relevant. And these days, the professors who look at the books kindly from, 100 years ago or more, maybe the ideas and the ideals that they represented still hold some kind of valid meaning. And for those who actually value those, do we actually value them? After what I've been seeing these days and being posted on social media, I think a lot of us have been losing our minds. But the thing is, what's not posted on the media, behind the scenes or off camera, the true living embodiments work behind the scenes without attention, without glory, without glamour or fame, without any recognition, anything like that. No, that we look and we wonder and we gaze, and maybe it does mean something to us. Maybe I'm still trying to find that Man La Mancha. Maybe I'm still trying to find my own windmills to knock down a bit here and there. Is it important to me? I think it is. My own windmills, my own dragons, my own doubts, my own fears, my own viewpoints and perspectives that I'm seeing around me. There may not be a Dulcinea for me to fall in love with, but there's still the challenges to be faced and fought, conquered, and won, or to understand, cooperate with, merge with it, not be assimilated by it, blend in with it. I guess maybe I've got a different perspective when I'm coming back from round two that nobody else understands or tries to understand. Maybe I'm considered a fool and idiot. That's been said many times. I've said that many times about myself. I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. Because I don't think and I don't act like everybody else does. I don't behave in a way that everybody else would or should or expected. But if I try to blend in and I try to understand. Is it enough? Will it be enough? That's the thing I still have to keep asking myself. And also, is it necessary? A lot of questions to ask. Coming out of high school, at the ages I've seen people coming out of, I feel like I'm living in an alienated realm here. The curse of getting old. You gain more knowledge and perspective, and you look at people and they're getting a life started, and I don't feel like I'm ending mine. Maybe in a few short decades or so. But this is important, though. At least for me, it is. So, enough of the reflective that we got going here. So in about an hour or less, I got to head upstairs to a math class and deal and cope. See what happens. If I can get this damn thing to work right without my mouse.